And we're up, Mike Q.
Back to the drawing board, a new plan for a Columbia subdivision, still drawing criticism.
White B.
It's the busiest highway in mid-Missouri and big changes are on the way. Find out what that means for your commute.
White A.
And Wi-Fi on wheels, a new way for
Stand by,
Columbia
show
students to stay connected. KOMU 8 News at 6 starts now.
Show open in.
From Studio 8A,
Stand by 5 on
coverage you can count on in high definition. This is KOMU 8 News at 6.
Mike Q anchors.
Smaller plans, same concern. Controversy
ULN.
swirls around a new proposed subdivision near Rockbridge State Park. Good evening, everyone. I'm Brittany Pieper.
And I'm Jim Rick. Thanks
Duel.
for joining us. The original proposal called for 73 lots in the highlighted area near
take the map.
Rockbridge Park. Instead, it has been scaled back to 57 lots. That's where we're going live near Providence Road, and that's where we find KOMU 8's Jasmine Bailey live with reaction. Jasmine.
Ackerman.
I'm standing near Providence Road, about 2,000 feet from Old Highway 63, near Rockbridge Memorial State Park. This is where developers wanted to build 73 lots for housing. Now, due to concerns from Missouri State Parks personnel of subdivision waste possibly running off into the park streams, the engineers revised the plan to include just 57 lots. I went out to this neighborhood to see how folks here feel about the changes. The reactions were mixed.
Shots in.
Columbia has to grow,
We'll boost that a
with
bit.
the university.
Lose it.
But if you
Stand by
don't
live
do
shot with live bug.
out some guidelines, you've got to have a setup to where you're leaving space and not overcrowding.
She's back in. Stand by 6.
I also spoke with a few other neighbors who were opposed to the plan. The Columbia City Council will hold a meeting next week to listen to the public's opinion about the issue. Reporting live from Boone County, Jasmine Bailey, KOMU 8 News.
6 in. Stand by VO.
Columbia police say a 19-year-old woman fell 2 stories from a downtown apartment building just before 2 o'clock this morning. Police say she was intoxicated when she fell. They also say she was transported to the hospital, but they could not tell us the extent of her injuries.
White B, Q Jim.
Missouri's final tab has been totaled from a
Stand by 4 with
disastrous
an
2011, which included this EF5 Joplin tornado and widespread flooding. The figure comes out to about $36 million less than what Governor Nixon expected. That amount is merely a quarter of the $150 million Nixon set aside for disaster aid in 2011. Legislative budget leaders say the money Nixon set aside was unnecessary budget manipulation.
4 is in.
Governor Nixon vetoed legislation that would included naming part of I-70 Graham's Picnic Rock Highway.
Graphic
The
in.
name
Stand
refers
by
to the late
6
Dr.
with
Robert
OTS.
Graham, who owned the farm where the large La Rock is located. The rock can be seen on I-70 halfway between Columbia and St. Louis. Nixon vetoed the legislation because the rock also has been called Slave Rock due to a belief that slave auctions occurred at that site.
6 in. Stand by graphic.
Missouri drivers fear new construction plans could cause a traffic headache in Boone County. The Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission approved $58 million for state road construction projects. MoDOT plans to resurface several state roads, including Highway 63 and Providence Road in our area. It also plans to rebuild the Interstate 70 bridge over Business Loop 70. The money for the projects comes from a fuel tax. The project with the largest potential impact is the rebuild of the I-70 bridge over Business Loop 70. MoDOT engineers say the construction of that bridge could take about a year and it will cost about $9.8 million. Missouri drivers are concerned because they say I-70 already gets congested with all the trucks and travelers. A year-round construction project could make the traffic delays worse.
Outside of B. Stand by 6.
This area at 5 o'clock is already congested. I mean, you'll sit here for 20 minutes just waiting to get out of this parking lot. So, with that being said, I personally will avoid this area at all costs.
6.
MoDOT engineers couldn't give us a start date for the project, but construction plans should be approved by 2014. That means crews could begin working as early as 2015.
And stand by 5's in.
Columbia students might soon be able to access the internet on their way to and from school.
KOMU 8's Joe Prozik is live at Rockbridge High School to tell us why CPS wants to put Wi-Fi on its buses.
Students at Rockbridge may soon be able to walk out of class, but still stay connected as they step on the bus. CPS leaders say the plan would cost about $1,800 plus monthly services fees. They say Wi-Fi buses would allow students to work on homework or projects while on long bus rides. The district is working on ways to ensure students are actually using the internet to study, not for accessing social or other sites.
Side in.
It is filtered Wi-Fi. They don't have access to everything. We do
Lose it.
monitor
Stand by.
what they access and how they access
stand
that
by
information.
live shot with CG out of frame
There's a lot of
2.
benefits to doing that, obviously, for safety and security reasons, but also to make sure that the Wi-Fi that we are providing is being used appropriately.
Back in. Stand by 4 with an OTS.
Joplin Public Schools considered a similar plan
OTS
back
coming
in
out.
June,
Back 02.
and Baumstark says that Joplin's plan may become Columbia's plan. Reporting live in Columbia, Joe Prozek, KOMU 8 News.
4 is in. Stand by graphic
Speaking
out
of
of
buses,
Winnipeg.
Kansas City is going green, trying to convert its public buses to natural gas. The KC
Graphic.
Transit put
Stand by 6
2
with an
new
OTS
natural
out of
gas-powered buses on the
CG2.
road. The city will replace all 300 diesel buses during the next 12 to 14 years. While a natural gas bus costs $40,000 more, the switch will save the city about $100,000.
6 in.
Lots of people won't be too happy
Stand by
about
VO
this.
with
Gas
CG.
prices are expected to go up over the next few weeks. Prices are expected to spike between 10 and 30 cents a gallon more.
VON.
Recent
Stand by
tensions
SAT.
in Egypt, a rise in crude oil prices, and a
Blue
decline
Super.
in oil inventory are some of the reasons why prices are expected to rise. NBC reports the national average gas price is $3.51 a gallon. Columbia's average is below that with an average of $3.29. One local driver tells us the news predicted it will hurt his lawn mowing business.
Sots in. Stand by 6.
In my business,
Without
it actually devastates us because right now, with all the heat and the gas prices going up, it actually cuts into our profits.
6 is back in.
To
With
find
a
the
snipe.
lowest gas prices in mid-Missouri, you can go to our website, KOMU.com.
And 4 is in.
Moments ago, Mizzou football season tickets went on sale online. Fans can
Stand by
order
VO
tickets
with
via
Super.
phone. And at the Mizzou Arena ticket office tomorrow, the Mizzou Athletic Department expects to sell
VO
out
comes
many
out of
games
B.
fast as it did last year.
B's in.
Associate
Stand
Athletic
by A
Director
for the
Andrew
side.
Grinch says 90% of the 2012 season ticket holders renewed their tickets for this year. The move to the SEC provided a big boost in sales. This year, new construction could impact seating for some fans.
Sot in.
This year it shouldn't have as much of an effect. The biggest change in seating is going to be on the hill, which we traditionally do not sell as a season ticket. Because of the adjustments
Stand
made
by
there,
4
we
with
lost some square
4
footage, so
centered.
there'll be a little fewer seats available on the hill.
Q. Stand by
Individual
6.
game tickets go on sale to the general public July 26th. To view the football schedule and more
Snipe
information
in.
on how to get tickets, go to our website, KOMU.com.
6 in.
A Chillicothe woman may have to forfeit her 4 homes, 10 vehicles, and 3
Stand by
ATVs
graphic
as
out
she
of Viz
faces
A full.
accusations in an embezzlement scheme.
Graphic in. Stand by
60-year-old Donna
6.
Presler faces 20 counts of wire fraud and money laundering. The indictment says she embezzled that money while working as a payroll manager for 6 years, costing a construction company nearly $4 million.
6 is back in. Stand by
And in
graphic out of
Columbia,
Viz
a
A
woman
again.
pleaded guilty to embezzling nearly $500,000 from her company. 48-year-old Terry Lynn Johnson pleaded guilty to charges of bank fraud and money laundering.
Graphic.
Johnson is accused of using the money to refinance her mortgage twice. She's also accused of writing checks to herself. She could face up to 40
Stand
years
by
in
4.
prison without parole.
4.
A 4-month undercover crackdown on
Stand by
violent
another
crime in the
graphic out of
St.
Viz
Louis
A.
area resulted in charges against nearly 160 people.
Graphic
Authorities
in, camera
seized
4
more than
moves to the weather pod.
260 guns. They also confiscated drugs, including marijuana and cocaine. Prosecutors say
Stand by
78%
5.
of those charged are previously convicted felons.
5 in. Stand by
On a
4
brighter
with
note,
Dave.
lots of sunshine and less humidity today.
Let's send it over to Dave for a check of the forecast.
Thanks,
Dave?
guys. Pretty comfortable out there today, wasn't it? We topped out
Resolve
at
to
85
weather
degrees and a
graphics,
couple of
and we'll
days
come
ago.
out to
That would have seemed pretty uncomfortable, but with that
tease
lower
with
humidity, it seemed just fine
CG.
today. And looks like we may have another one of those kind of days to get through tomorrow. I think we'll make it. Take a look at present temperatures. 83 at Jefferson City,
By 4 at the
Columbia.
weather
Osage
pod.
Beach is at 84. Versailles at 87. Mexico at 82 at this hour. Outside for the evening looks pretty good. Temperatures will be falling back into the mid to low 70s, probably about 9 or 9:30 this evening. So enjoy a very comfortable evening outdoors. As I've
Stand by,
indicated,
Dave.
more of the same kind of weather coming
Dave's
up
back in.
the early part of the weekend. We'll touch on that coming up on KOMU 8 News at 6.
Q anchors, tease.
Flooding still lingers on the East Coast, and that's not all. Find out what else Mother Nature stirred up.
White VO.
Plus, fun for the kids, good for their health. They're connecting with nature.
Break in.